the squared circle scene. NEW was really nice enough to allow us to come back, and we are here with our first guest for the new season, and this is Dutchboi. Thank you so much for allowing us to have you here.
First time coming back, and you're having me on here. This is my first time at NEW, so quite excited to be here. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where did you perform at before here?
I've been at a couple different places, mainly around the Indianapolis area. WPW over in Danville, WCWO, a couple other places, but I'm trying to get out. Got a couple dates, Wisconsin in February. Really just kind of all over the place. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you feel pretty confident going in your match tonight?
Yeah. I don't know who I'm going to be going up against or anything, so it's going to be a surprise for everybody. I'm assuming.
Surprises.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess my first question would be, what got you into wrestling? Was it in childhood? Did something like perk your interest?
Yeah, definitely fan since childhood. My dad's always taken us to wrestling events and everything. There are pictures of me where I'm 10 years old, dressed up as the Undertaker for a Halloween costume contest. And I think I won like a giant, like extra large, like Great American Bash tank top that still doesn't fit me to this day. But cool. And then kind of just happened upon a wrestling show here in Indianapolis, and then I went, and I just so happened to be sitting next to a dude. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I always thought it would be fun. It would be interesting to try it out. And then he was like, I should put you into contact with my buddy who trains people, Jake Oman. Shout out to Jake. And then it was that Friday. And then that next Thursday, I met up with Jake and we got coffee. And then that Sunday, I started training. And that was in August of 2020. So, yeah.
Nice.
Again, it was just kind of like opportunity fell into my hands. And then here I am. Going on 2023 now, still going strong. So
nice. So how would you rate the general competency in the industry? So like when you come in, where did you get your confidence from?
So I've always kind of done performative something. I'm a big band geek.
Big band geek,
yeah.
yes.
So if anybody knows like DCI, WGI, or something like that, is basically like professional marching band, like the NFL of marching band or whatever.
Yeah.
And I also did like drama club in high school.
Me too.
Yeah, so I wasn't really much of like an athletic kind of person, but those kind of performance things, along with me just being a big wrestling fan, kind of led me to where I'm at now. Yeah.
See, like I'm also a big theater geek,
Yeah.
and my love of wrestling, I always liked watching the wrestlers cut their promos and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite promo?
Of my own or of just just in general? I love the WCW Ric Flair where he's just losing his mind, hitting the ropes, dropping elbows on just nothing. I just feel like that is just pure chaos, and I love seeing a human being act in such a way.
Oh my, yeah, the whole elbow drop to the toe. Yes.
Wooing around everywhere, nothing, just absolute chaos. I love it.
I love it. So is there any like professional achievements so far in your career that you're absolutely proud of?
I got the Hoosier Wrestling Alliance. I had one of my matches make it into the top 100 matches of the year last year, which was a pretty big deal to me.
Yeah.
And then I also won the Hoosier Wrestling Alliance Technical Wrestler of the Year last year as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I got a couple accolades. I've won some belts, but belts aren't necessarily what I'm looking for here. So.
Okay. Are you mainly just in singles, or are you in tag teams?
So I'm actually probably most of 2022 I was in tag team matches with my buddy Jay Beeve. We're the Beaver Boys. I'm Dutchboi Platinum. He's Jay Beeve, the Beaver Boys. So we were doing a lot of tag team stuff, going against the Highlight Reel. I don't know if you've met the Highlight Reel or anything. Great couple dudes. But, yeah, I have my fair share of doing tag team matches, my fair share of doing singles as well. But right now I'm kind of trying to focus on Dutchboi Platinum and trying to make me, I guess.
So like a character build and trying to build a singles run.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. What professional achievements do you think you have in mind for this year? Do you have a goal in mind going in?
For this year, I really just kind of want to expand the states that I'm going to perform in, because I feel like I'm in Indiana and I've been in at a couple places in Indiana. There's a lot of places in Indiana that I'm trying to get to, NEW being one of them. So excited to be here today. And then, I'm just trying to get out. I feel like I would equate it to being in a rock band, to where I'm trying to get out, travel, do my thing, get people to know who I am. So,
got a little Chris Jericho going on.
Yeah.
Nice. And I heard that there's a wrestler here tonight that's actually done a dark match on AEW, and that was Braden Lee. Have you ever talked to him about that, that experience?
I think me and Braden Lee have been on a couple shows with each other. I don't think we've quite exchanged like a lot of words, but I've definitely been in the locker room with him a couple times. So
nice. So, how long do you want to keep up wrestling? Do you see this being like most of your life? Do you have like a plan? Are you?
I would love for it to become my main source of income. Like the first time I would be able to pay rent with just wrestling entirely, like I would consider that a success. So if there's any way I feel like I can make it big, it's probably going to be wrestling. And then if not, I'm probably just going to go until my body tells me to stop. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
That seems like a pretty popular answer that I've gotten. Until the body says no.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up watching wrestling, did you have a favorite wrestler?
I got to say Undertaker and Mick Foley. Undertaker, Mick Foley are probably some of my bigger inspirations out there. Just the character work that Mick Foley was able to accomplish within his time. People knew who he was, but him coming out, new character, anything like that, and trying to get people to believe what he was, I feel like that's a great thing. And the same thing with The Undertaker, too. I mean, it was a different time. You were able to kind of get away with a little bit more character-driven stuff like that. But what both of those men were able to do with the characters they were given, I feel like
Mick Foley's promos there in the 90s were something else, because he didn't think that he was actually going to be accepted in the beginning because they had him cover his face.
Yeah.
But he took it and run with it. And then, of course, that infamous Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah.
Just kind of set the road for their careers.
And I think for the both of them, too. I mean, definitely kind of setting them aside from everybody else within the locker room there, within just that one match. Just such an iconic moment in wrestling history. So.
People still talk about it to this day as that being one of the most iconic.
And even, like, if you're not, like, a wrestling fan, like, somebody could probably bring that up and you know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah. 2023, and we're still talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So is there, like, have you ever had a professional failure that embarrassed you, and how did you handle that?
A professional failure.
Or is it just a constant learning experience?
Yeah, see, that's if there's anything where I'm not necessarily too happy about it, I feel like myself, I'm very critical about what I am doing within the ring. So even if somebody comes up and says, hey, maybe this or that, I just take that as like a learning opportunity to kind of like move forward into that. So I might be frustrated with something that may happen, but I'm also a kind of let it go. That's okay. What had happened.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on and move into the next part of our lives.
So do you still keep in contact with the partner that you're talking about, or have you like found a mentor or somebody you can lean on when you are learning your craft?
Yeah, I feel if there's any questions I do have, I do go to my trainer, Jake, and kind of try to get some insight about anything. I'll send him something, and if I'm like, I enjoyed some things within this one, not necessarily so much about these certain spots or anything, and then he's always there to like give me some advice on anything. So
nice.
Yeah.
So to anybody that's actually coming into this wrestling business, or they're actually thinking about becoming a wrestler, is there any advice that you would give that person to prepare themselves?
I feel like the first and the most obvious one is that it is going to hurt. I remember my first couple days, my neck was hurting so bad I had to have people help me up off of the couch. So, so very stiff. And then also being able to be larger than life. I feel like there's a lot of kind of people that kind of get stuck in just being like, I'm going to go out there, do some stuff. But, like, you need to think of yourself as, like, a comic book character coming to life and performing for these people and everything. So it's kind of like I might not necessarily be the biggest and the like scariest looking dude out there, but I still feel like I've got that kind of charisma or the wit behind me to make it seem like I'm not just your average human being coming out here and doing this stuff. So
would you recommend the wrestling schooling to them before they start their career?
Yes, 100%, because along with it just being painful in general, you are putting your trust and somebody else's life in your hands anytime you step into the ring. So you want to make sure that one, you can take care of yourself and that you can take care of the people that you're going to be going up against. So because I've seen some pretty nasty stuff happen, careers get ended and everything just because people didn't necessarily know what they were doing, and then they ended up hurting somebody pretty bad. So some scary stuff.
All right, and as we're wrapping this up, is there anything that you would like to say to your fans? Anything positive, negative, in between?
If there's anybody watching, check me out on Instagram, on Facebook, Dutchboi Platinum, DUTCHBOI Platinum, and then DB Platinum 1 on Twitter. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, you guys seen it here first. I want to thank you so much for allowing us to
Thank you for having me. Much
You've
appreciated.
Been a pleasure to have, and we'll see you next time.